Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing, how to generate passive income from a diversified portfolio of high-yield funds, and of course, where I unveil my portfolio from A to Z every single month. This is update number 30. So what we will do in this video is I will give you a bird's eye view of my portfolio up until the end of October, and then we'll go through my holdings one by one in all accounts to show you any of the changes I've made in October, what I've done in October, and there is quite a bit of changes in October, so we'll go through them one by one. And don't forget that you could download my entire portfolio template and sheet that I'm about to show you on my website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. Just go to free tools and resources and it will be the very first download, so in case it's too small on the screen. So what we'll do now is I'll give you a bird's eye view of my account values in passive, and then we'll go through the holdings one by one, and I'll show you what changes I've made in October of 2023. So let's get started. Alright everyone, so this is the bird's eye view of my portfolio value. Of course, if you're new to the channel, you probably have no idea, but those returning members know that I do have 6 investing accounts, and this is a combination of the value of these 6 accounts translated in Canadian dollars. That's why you see the CAD. So of course, you have my 3 retirement accounts, my RSP, my small lever, and my wife's RSP. These are under the retirement account section here. And it says 40% because I actually calculated that if you on this total amount, if you actually do the calculation, my retirement accounts approximately make up 40% of my total value, and the main portfolio makes up about 60%. The main portfolio is our 2 TFSA accounts and our joint non-registered cash account. So you have that 60-40. So all combined, all together, you see here that the value is a little over 1.2 million, which was a pretty sizable increase from the last portfolio unveil. You could actually see that bump up here. The market, did go up a little bit since the last unveil, but hey, who's really looking? I'm definitely not, because I'm all about the income. And by the way, if you don't know what you're looking at, this is Passive, who is the sponsor of the video. So I'd like to thank Passive for being a good friend of the channel and sponsoring this portfolio unveil video. Passive is the software or the organizational portfolio a tool that I personally use, which you could combine all your accounts in one place, so you have a great bird's eye view. So it's extremely useful if you're managing multiple accounts for you, your wife, or your kids, etc. You could centralize it all in one place. You could use the reporting tab to check all your dividends that have come in, and there's multiple great features. You could build your own models, portfolio models, and by the way, I have a video that goes through all of these features. In the video description below, you'll see that there, and I also have a passive coupon code, by the way, which, in case you didn't know, Questrade members get the elite version for free. It's a $99 a year value, and it's a great perk for going to Questrade. And by the way, I also have a Questrade coupon code if you look in the video description below. But hey, if ever you want to try Passive and you don't use Questrade, I strongly suggest you try the free version. Give it a shot. It's 100% free. And if ever you have Questrade, the elite membership is 100% free. But in case you want to try the elite membership to gain access to the added features, I do have a 50% off coupon code. That's right, 50% off. So you could try the elite memberships for a whole year at only $50. And if anything, if you don't, you could always downgrade to the free version. But I highly suggest you guys download Passive, at least try the free version, guys. It's 100% free. It's a great tool to organize your portfolio. So this is the value of my portfolio, everyone. So a little bit higher than last month. So what we'll do now, and why I'm showing you this is really to prove that the thumbnail is 100% legit when it comes to the value of my portfolio. So now let's break it down. First, we're going to cover the retirement accounts. I'll show you the changes that have gone on there, and then we'll do the main portfolio and all the changes there. And again, you could follow along. Just download the spreadsheet on my website. It will be the very first download in the free tools section in case it's too small. So let's get to it. All right, everyone, let's go through the retirement accounts. Quite a bit of interesting changes, and this is really where the big income bump from last month has come in. So again, if it's too small for you, just make sure to download it yourself so you could follow along. And in case you didn't know, there is if you want to follow my portfolio every single day, there's actually an app that I'm on called Blossom. So this is a really cool social investing app where you could post your portfolio, and there's a lot of influencers on this app, including myself. And there I am right there, as well as other influencers. And the cool news is that now they're going to start marketing towards US investors as well. So even Americans could download the app now. So if you want to follow me, follow my portfolio, download the application Blossom. It's 100% free. Please use the link in the video description below. Click on that link, download and install Blossom, and you could follow me, you could find me. And you could put your portfolio, you could look at other influencers' portfolios, etc. Really, really cool app. I strongly, strongly recommend it. 100% free. So let's get back to the Unveil now. So when it comes to the RSPs, let's look at the RSP tracker tab to see the changes. So you probably already guessed, I already covered the September changes here in last month's Unveil, but what I've done in October is last month in October is I've swapped the second part of my HYLD.U into JEPI. So my wife's account now, the main core portfolio one is 100% JEPY, which is the defined S&P 500 enhanced option income ETF. It's just the S&P 500 with income, a very, very high yield. It's on drip. It's just going to be dripping away. So this is a major change, which has increased my monthly income, of course. You see that here. The total is now a little over $16,000 a month. Of course, take that with a grain of salt. Remember that, something like JEPY and even QQQY, yes, they have a lot of income, but it doesn't mean you're going to get, 50, 60% total return every year. Yield does not mean total return. So I'm very excited to see how it works out. I know it's a new, these are newer ETFs, but this one's going to be on drip and it's just going to compound away. So I'm very excited to see the compounding effect over time. So that is the major move. And also in my RRSP, my account, I actually reduced SFOL a little bit and put more in QQQY, which is going to be the core position in my RRSP. So to make things simple, right? S&P 500, JEPY, core position in my wife's account. And for me, it's going to be the NASDAQ 100 one, QQQY. So increased it a little bit, lowered SVOL a little bit. No particular reason why, I love SVOL. It's just that I wanted to make QQQY my biggest and core position. And I also swapped my Ether ETF for the Bitcoin ETF, which turned out to be a great move because of all the, Bitcoin spot ETF speculation. I'm sure the Ether one is going to be next, but it's cool. I like to have, a little bit of Bitcoin in here. And it complements Maxi, my small Lira account, which keeps going up and up and up because Bitcoin keeps going up and up and up. You see that I'm still minus 19%, but I was at minus 30, minus 35%. So in case you didn't know, my Lira account, and by the way, if you scroll down, you could see the objectives and parameters for all three accounts, but my small Lira just came from my old Air Canada pension. I just decided to go all in on Bitcoin as a Hail Mary, as a fun thing. So very small amount, $33,000 investment. Now it's worth 26.5 and it keeps going up. And the Lira also, just like my wife's account, is on drip. So these are the major changes I made in the RSP. Again, if you just click on the RSP tracker tab, by the way, you could see all the changes I've made throughout the year. Even in the previous years, if you unhide the tabs, you'll see, 2022, 2021, etc. Whenever I started tracking everything in Excel here. So these are the changes I made to the retirement accounts. Again, a big bump in income because of that, second half HYLD.U swap into JPY. So I'm very curious and excited to see how it goes in the next couple of months of next year, to see how that compounding effect really shapes up. And by the way, I have to tell you, everyone, that if you think October I did a lot of changes, November, this month here, there's so many big, massive changes I made to the portfolio. It's actually going to be the exclusive members only video of the month. So this weekend, I will, release exclusive video number 4 for members only, which will go through not only all the big changes I've made in November. So in case you're curious, you want to see them before the next portfolio unveil. Of course, I'm going to unveil everything next month, but if you want to see it this weekend instead, you got to be a paid member. Click on that little join button. It's only $3 a month. It's very, very cheap. $3 Canadian a month, by the way, which is like 32 cents American. And you'll have access to not only that exclusive video, but all the other exclusive video live streams and multiple perks as well. Just click on that little join button to find out what it's all about. Very excited, guys. You're gonna be in shock when you see the massive amount of changes that I made in November to both the retirement accounts and the main portfolio. So that's it for the main portfolio. The retirement account changes as of end of October. Now let's check out the main portfolio. All right, let's go through the changes of the main portfolio. This is really where the action was in October. I did make quite a few significant changes. You see the big bump in not only the yield, but also the monthly income from last portfolio unveil. And let me explain why. So let's go through the tracker here tab, and you'll see all the changes I've done. So I trimmed EIT.UN a little bit. I had a nice capital gain. I did buy HPYT. So you guys already know, I already talked about this in a previous video. So HPYT, I found that very interesting. It's the highest yield covered call US government bond ETF out there from Harvest. I also decided to streamline my portfolio and sell off my entire HMAX position, which are the 6 banks, and went with other Canadian financial ETF. So I did take a 4,500 capital loss on it. Don't really mind. It was kind of offset with the other moves I've made, but HMAX did give me a lot of income. So, if you consider the income against the capital loss was a lot lower than 4,500, but it was a significant capital loss. My guess would be about $3,000 or 2,500, something like that. So what did I do with the proceeds? Well, I put it into BKCL and Bank, which are leveraged Canadian financial ETFs. And you guys could kind of, the premise behind it is I am favoring more the covered call and leveraged ETFs, and also streamline out. Why do I don't need the HMAX and BKCL and Bank. I don't need all 3 of them. So now we have BKCL and Bank as the primary 2 sector specific Canadian financials. And don't forget, I have HDIV. HMAX is already in HDIV. So this was, a streamlining move mostly, and also got a little bit more of HPYT. So if we look at HPYT, total investment I have here is $20,000 with a book price of $11.74, which translates into a really cool yield of 15.33%. By the way, HPYT, the easiest way to think about it is the Canadian TLTW. That's basically it, right? So that was some big changes. So I also I swapped my ENCC to ENCL. This is obviously a no-brainer, right? For me anyway, because if there's something with leverage, there's the same thing, and you have a leverage version and a non-leverage version, I'm always going to go with the leverage version. So I actually made a $1,300 capital gain from selling ENCC because I was up on it, and I just simply swapped it into ENCL for a big income boost. So these changes so total, let's do the total of October. 20,000 HPYT, 15,000 in BKCL. I actually picked up quite a bit of BKCL in addition to the swap. Bank 5K, and I did pick up a little bit more of RS, a little bit more of HDIF, opportunistic dollar cost averaging, and even 5,000 extra in FTN, because October was a terrible month for financials, and FTN dropped like a brick. So I added $5,000 to it. Same reason why for HDIF and RS, right? Opportunistic dollar cost averaging. So you actually see FTN here $40,000 total investment, and my book price went down by about $1, but I'm still, I'm still very much in a capital loss. Unrealized, of course, at $10.36. I think now it's about $6. So financials have definitely been suffering. So that's really where I've been focusing my attention, because I am an opportunistic long-term investor at heart. So here is my updated portfolio, everyone. Let's go through them. Let's go through the holdings real quick here. So HYLD didn't add to it. There is changes coming to HYLD. They recently added SMAX in there. I talked about it in the picks of the month video. Same thing for HDIF. They actually added a small position in HPYT. So they added the HPYT ETF in HDIF. I think it's a great move, even more diversification. So I have a feeling, let's keep a close eye on HYLD and HDIF to see, especially HYLD, because now that they have XMAX and QMAX, we'll see if they start changing the composition of HYLD. Pretty exciting stuff. USCL, another core position. By the way, this gold font means these are my core position. They're typically diversified and core positions of mine. So USCL is just pretty much the S&P 500 with 25% leverage and covered calls. I absolutely love this one. Very, very high yield of about 14% now. So that's solid. HDIV solid. I haven't made any changes to it. Still going strong. This is a mostly covered call strategy ETF. It has 6 covered call ETFs, but also 2 growth ETFs, including HFIN and HUTS. So you have the utilities and a lot of Canadian financials. And, like I mentioned, this is one of the primary reasons I streamlined out of HMAX, because HMAX is already in HDIV. And HFIN is already kind of, the financials as well, but growth style. So I just decided, HMAX just not really necessary in this portfolio, quite a bit of overlap. GDV is just the best global dividend stocks all around the world, and dividend stocks have been taking a beating. So I'm definitely looking to add to this one coming up soon here, because I think it's a really good deal. The premium is not as big as it normally is. And then you have EIT, which has been trimmed down a little bit. DGS, unfortunately, still not paying. We could put this one to 0, and that will give you the super accurate monthly income and yield here at 79.24. So that's why if you look at the total on my thumbnail, it's a little, it's not 83.32. It's basically 83.32 plus 16,305 minus $400, because I want to try to be 100% honest and accurate. So DGS is still not paying, but it's recently recovered a little bit, and it's like 20 or 25 cents away from that $15 unit NAV. It's basically the overall Canadian market, which I think is going to start recovering like every other market when interest rates start getting cut, which is anyone's guess when that's going to happen. So that's it for the diversified funds. In terms of the sector specific funds, RS, I've been adding to it. I've been averaging down. I am at $15.22 right now. It's like at $11. It's a phenomenal time to buy REITs now. REITs are on sale, guys, for sure. So always make sure to check the NAV. It is a split fund, so compare the stock price to the NAV always. But I feel RS is so solid. So I did definitely add another 5,000 this month. BKCL, FTN, Bank, Call are my sector specific financial positions, which I've added to, and because of the HMAX streamline, but I also added 5K to FTN. FTN still staying above water. The last unit NAV was 1550, but that's as of October 31st, so they didn't include that big rally at the beginning of November. So I have a feeling FTN unit NAV is probably around or near the $15.75, $16 mark. So hopefully it stays that way. But guys, FTN is extremely attractive. It's crazy amount of yield right now, but you got to get ready to maybe miss dividends and maybe it falls short, right? So that 5K addition to FTN is definitely a more higher risk play, not because of stock quality, because of missing dividends, but definitely opportunistic, right? When there's fear, that's when you got to invest, right? So that's it for the financial positions, which have taken a beating, but high quality stocks. And here's ENCL, which I swapped ENCC into. Actually, oil has been going down a little bit, so ENCL, I'm going to be watching that closely because now, as I'm filming this on November the 8th, it just crossed 18% yield. Pretty crazy. ENS, which is Enbridge, also taking a beating, but you know, quality stuff here. And HPYT, which is a new addition to the portfolio. Very high yield. This one should have really nice capital appreciation potential when interest rates start getting cut and long-term bond prices go up. The ETFs inside of it, like TLT, should go up. YTSL, just Tesla, still going strong. A crazy amount of yield. I had purchased it when the ETF first came out, and my book price is 1409. So I couldn't be happier. This is a crazy 30% yield, and it's 100% legit, everyone. And then you have the crypto positions here, BTCY, ETHY. Finally some movement on these. They've slowly going up, especially the Bitcoin one, because of that speculation, the spot ETF coming. Same thing could happen later for Ether. I'm sure if the Bitcoin ETF gets approved, I'm sure they're going to file for an Ether spot one. So hopefully, you know, my patience and discipline with these and yours as well, hopefully you didn't lose patience, is going to be rewarded. And I am happy that, you know, the yields and the annual distributions have remained relatively stable for these. They haven't changed in a while, which is great. And I am excited that, you know, if the NAVs start exploding on these, maybe they'll start increasing the dividends amount, and I'll go way higher than 8 and 7% right now, which are, you know, these two are still my worst performers and my worst yield, but we got to stay patient. We got to stay patient, guys. So that's it. So total here, you'll see that the value, I'm only at minus 15%, which doesn't bother me whatsoever. I was minus more last month, and maybe next month I'll be down more, down less. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me, but this is really all that matters. So my yield is crawling to the 12% mark. Of course, you know, let's get accurate. Right now, my yield is 11.19, and my monthly passive income is just under 8,000 a month if we take out the DGS, which is not paying right now. So that is pretty much it, everyone. You know, I'm not going to go through this every single month, but this just calculates all the total income, all the realized income and capital gains, which add them together, you get this number. And this number is basically my current portfolio value, which is this plus this number. So I'm basically simulating with this unrealized total return here, if I sell off everything right now, what my realized total return would be. That's of course if I sell everything, which I'm not going to do anyway. So that's it for this month. And again, massive for October. These are the changes that cover October, and again, massive changes coming in November. Exclusive video explaining not only all the November changes, but also my future plans and mindset for my portfolio is going to be released this month, this weekend, for members only. So again, if you're interested, it's not expensive. Click that little join button. Become an Inner Circle member, because you get a lot of perks, especially if you're an income investor. You follow this, you follow my channel regularly. So thanks for watching, anyone. Really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. I would really like that, and appreciate it. And see you next time, where we're going to do this again, all over again, every single month. So see you then. Hey, don't go yet. A few reminders before you leave. Did you know that I launched a YouTube loyalty membership program where for only $3 a month, you could become a PII Inner Circle member, where you will gain access to exclusive content, exclusive videos and live streams, as well as other perks and benefits, including a really cool weekly opportunity report. That's right. If you're interested, just click on the little join button next to the subscribe button to see what it's all about. Also, make sure to follow me on Blossom and download Blossom. It's a social investing app, which is really cool. You could share your portfolio, follow other people's portfolios, including my own. My username is Adrian_PII. So download it with the referral link below. Not only is it free, but you could actually earn cash by taking these really small, quick 1-minute courses. Really awesome. It's a no-brainer. Also, make sure to visit our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. That's where you could book a one-on-one private coaching session with yours truly, with myself, where you could ask me all the questions you want. All the information and booking information is on the website. Make sure to check out that video on the homepage there to see how to book a one-on-one properly. Also on my website, you could purchase my digital product, which I'm very proud of, the Ultimate DIY Investing Package. This is a reference tool or a companion tool that will help you build your own portfolio. So it has lists of funds, it has sample portfolios, and it covers both the Canadian and US stock markets. And the good news is you'll only ever have to buy it once because it comes with free lifetime updates. And my plan is really to update the version every single year. So make sure to pick it up. Also, I have Questrade and Passive referral links below. So Questrade is the broker that I personally use, and Passive is the broker companion tool or companion or assistant that I use. Really cool program, really cool software. So I have referral links for both of those. Questrade, $50 of free trades. And Passive, I have half off for the elite membership. If you're interested in the elite membership, and even if you want to start out with the free membership and upgrade to the elite afterwards, use my referral code so you could still get that 50% off. And don't forget that the elite membership of Passive is 100% free if you use Questrade. For social media, we have a very successful and big Facebook group, private Facebook group with over 14,000 members where we all try to help each other out. So make sure to join that group. Information is below. We also have Instagram where you could follow us or more personal stuff when it comes to our life here in Panama. And there's LinkedIn as well. So as usual, everyone, how do I leave you? Continue to stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay passive. See you next time.